Hey, Viking fans, this is Keith Millard, and you are listening to the One Bar and Lupicus Show. Go Vikes.
All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupicus Show. I'm One Bar with Lupicus. Today, we're going to be talking about quarterbacks. As of now, the Vikings do not have a backup quarterback unless you count Nate Stanley and Jake Browning.
I don't.
Huh?
I don't count them.
Okay, that's valid. So today we're going to take a little bit deeper dive after the first round, guys, and just kind of see what's out there, see what our options are. Before we get into that, remember, subscribe to the channel, like the videos. Let's get to 3,000 subscribers, and make sure to comment below on the quarterback you would love more than anything.
Yeah, and there's a reason we're not getting the first round quarterback. So the chances that one is even on the board when the Vikings pick is very, very slim. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence going 1, Zach Wilson going 2. I mean, the draft's going to start out pretty much with no surprises. The question is pick 3. Niners are going quarterback. Is it going to be Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Trey Lance? We don't know. But what I'm getting at is that by the time the Vikings pick at 14, the top 4 quarterbacks are going to be gone. So it's just not going to happen. So we're going to look down the rounds a little bit. That's when the Vikings are going to take a quarterback.
Yeah, and this year it's kind of if this year's mid-round quarterbacks were a candy, they would probably be like a Twix. Not great.
Not bad, though.
Yeah, I'm not a Twix guy. I'm probably in the minority here. Just every mid-round quarterback we're about to talk about is not – usually you have that mid-round quarterback that could possibly come in, maybe be a starter day one. These guys are all projects, and we're going to get into it.
Which is fine. The Vikings got Kirk Cousins on the roster. He's going to be here a couple more years. So they don't need somebody who can come in and start. They need somebody who can develop, which they don't do. They don't take these mid-round guys to develop. So if they do this and pull a trigger, I'd be very excited if they actually go this route. And they got so many picks in rounds 3 and 4. So why not? You can hit your major needs early, sitting there, maybe early round 4, grab a quarterback. Let's start right away here with the I call him Mr. Experience. Not a great name. Probably not a name if you're a wrestler that would get you a lot of recognition.
I wouldn't be a name for you. I know that.
At best would be the Intercontinental Champion if you're called Mr. Experience. But I'm going to go Kellen Mond from Texas A&M. This guy's been starting since he was a freshman. You know, you talk about strong arms. This guy has it. He can absolutely sling the football. He can throw this thing like 80 yards in the air while taking a shit. Mechanic wise, yeah, he's a mess. He's not gonna win any awards with his footwork and his mechanics, but man, he can run too. So that's one thing the Vikings don't have right now is that quarterback who can pick up yardage on the ground. I'd love to see that guy on the roster. You look at we mentioned the current backups behind Kirk Cousins. Nate Stanley can't move. Jake Browning a little bit, but Kellen Mond can actually pick up yards on the ground. Very interesting player, if you ask me. And I love that he started so long in the SEC. What gets you better for the NFL than playing in SEC for 4 years?
Yeah. I mean, Mond is, like I said, and I'm going to say it with every one of these. I mean, he's definitely a project. His mechanics are pretty gross. He can be very inaccurate at times, but he does have a cannon of an arm. Out of everybody that we're going to mention, Kellen Mond is right up at the top of these guys. And he could be a guy that some team absolutely falls in love with even in round 2 and just snaps him up. So it'll be very interesting to see where he goes. But if he's floating around there in round 3, I could absolutely see the Vikings sniffing around him, and it's going to smell really, really good. I love the fact that he started 44 games.
Oh, yeah.
I like the fact that he can play with his legs. They just need to clean him up a little bit. My main issue is, can we actually develop a quarterback? That would be the big question.
And we don't know because we never really took that guy that we sit there and do develop. So you haven't really seen that in the Mike Zimmer regime. I mean, you go back, maybe Teddy Bridgewater, was he that guy that you developed, but hit the devastating knee injury, kind of cut that short. So we don't know with what we have right now on the staff. So Kellen Mond, but that being said, if they do draft him around 3, he comes in, he's going to be the most talented backup we've had in years.
I think you could get signed tomorrow and be the most talented backup we've had in years.
No, I could not hold Trevor Simeon's jock.
And you actually have a really weird throwing style. I've played catch with you many times, like half sidearm. It's weird.
That's why Fred Kelly wouldn't let me play quarterback in 7th grade.
Shouldn't have. Next guy, let's go up. This one has been just kind of a hot name, and another one that is just going to be very curious where he goes. He could be in round 2. He could be in round 4. I'm talking about Kyle Trask of Florida. His big thing, he is not mobile at all, but he actually made some pretty damn big strides in 2020 with his pocket awareness. If he's got a pocket, he can make plays. But he came a long way as far as feeling out that presence. Kind of something we've seen in Kirk Cousins over the last couple of years, where the pocket collapses and he's kind of screwed. But Trask, big frame, very confident, no doubt about that. The thing with him is, which is surprising, he just has an average arm.
Yeah.
As far as going outside of the pocket, ain't gonna happen, which is very scary. It's kind of what we see with Kirk Cousins right now, where if he's got a clean pocket, he can make a good throw. If shit starts going down, it's gonna get ugly.
Yeah, I mean, he's 6'5". I think he's like 250 pounds. Kind of. I mean, he's a big guy. He can take the hit. So if he does play for the Vikings, you got a weak O-line in front of you. This is a guy whose body is built to take some punishment, take some absorb some blows. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's weird. His arm, for being so big, isn't really great. Does have decent accuracy. Super productive at Florida last year. You gotta love that. But yeah, you're sitting there around 3 or 4. This guy's on the board. The Vikings definitely got to think about it. I do feel like he's a guy who definitely needs to sit maybe a year, maybe even 2, getting coached up, getting spot duty here and there. But what better guy to learn from than Kirk Cousins? So Kyle Trask, I think he's definitely on the Vikings radar.
Yeah, no, I would not be upset with a Kyle Trask pick, even if it was one of our round 3 picks. And Sean Mannion, he has not been re-signed. It all sounds like, hey, he's going to be coming back. Last year, we re-signed him early-ish March. It's getting in the mid-April here. I mean, I think they're going to wait and see what happens in the draft. So that really has me leaning towards the fact that they have a quarterback on their mind.
Well, and that's what makes this video that much more important, because
Sounds like you guys better like and subscribe right now.
They haven't re-signed Sean Mannion, so definitely, yes, you're definitely right. I think they're going to see what happens in the draft, and I do feel like they're maybe going to go with one of these young guys as their backup this year.
The other thing is if they don't get their quarterback, they swing and miss. Oh shit, he got sniped. It's not like anybody else is signing Sean Mannion. They know he's going to be available after the draft. So I love the fact that they're waiting. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's cool. It gives you a little bit of hope that the Vikings are going to do something different. You kind of feel like they're always stuck in their same kind of routines that they do. The fact that they may be actually waiting, seeing who's there, one of these many picks they have in the mid rounds, can be used on a quarterback who can be developed. It's exciting, actually, to be honest with you.
Well, speaking of quarterbacks that need to be developed, I'm going David Mills from Stanford, a big whopping 11 career starts in college. I'm missing the boat on this one. I don't know why he's getting all this late love here, where people are saying he could be a round 2 pick. He 11 career starts, very heavily recruited out of high school, no doubt about that. But a lot of inconsistency in those starts. He is definitely the definition of a boomer bust type pick. Another guy that will definitely not wow you with his legs by any means. Kind of like Kyle Trask, good size. He's a big guy, but he's got an average arm. So teams thinking of him in round 2, round 3 are just taking that big old Cecil Fielder swing in hopes of a bomb out of the stadium. How do you like that analogy?
You trying to make me finish right now?
Yeah, you like that?
First of all, his name is Davis. That's the one thing you got wrong. Everything else you said was completely 100% correct. Yeah, Peter Schrager did a mock today. I don't know if you saw it or not. He had Davis Mills going 32 to the Bucks. To me, that's insane. And the reason why is those 11 career starts. Not a rocket arm at all. He does lead his receivers well. He's kind of a master at throwing the back shoulder pass. But other than that, I mean, this guy, he's got plenty of things he likes. 6'3", 225 pounds. So he's got the size. He's smart as hell, but I don't know. I would be fine with him round 4. I'm worried. There's not enough to go off of to take him any higher than that, in my opinion.
Well, let's be clear. He will be David Mills to me until he throws his first NFL touchdown.
God, something that Sean Mannion has not yet done.
God damn it, you're right. All right, next up, let's go with the Lupagus Love, Jamie Newman, the Noomski. I'll let you lead this one off because really my analogy of Jamie Newman is about 4 words.
Is it Jamie Pillman?
No.
Here's the thing, Jamie Newman, strong arm, athletic guy, can pick up yards on the ground. There was actually plays that he ran at Wake Forest where his number was called to run the football. And I love that about this guy, that he gives you that presence, that threat, that dual threat to run the ball. The problem is there's a couple of things. His accuracy isn't great on his deep throws. And then you see the rust. He sat out last year because of COVID, didn't play. He went in the Senior Bowl. And I mean, he was having problems taking the snap, handing the ball off. So definitely a guy you do not want to rush onto the field. And I'm thinking Jamie Newman, I'm looking 5th round at best. If he's there, I would think about it, but I do love Jamie Newman. I want a quarterback, especially the backup, can make plays with his legs, got a strong arm, and he's smart. He just got to work on a few things.
Yeah, I mean, he's a sexy pick as far as with his arm, his size, mobility. Other than that, he's got a long, long way to go. If we were to take him in, say, even round 4, I probably wouldn't be very excited about it. I like your idea of round 5. His Senior Bowl, I mean, you can't put much into the Senior Bowl. It's one game. It was absolutely disgusting, but it just shows he opted out. He took the year off, and it was gross. So Jamie Newman, 2-3 year project. And worst case is, I think for him is he's just kind of one of those exciting backups that you see glimpses of in preseason that is just ripping it up against third stringers.
But the Vikings haven't had that. So I think if you do take this guy and you have that, fans are going to get excited. They'll be excited about it. So he gives you a little bit of a spark, a little bit of hope. I mean, right now you don't have any hope. But Sean Mannion comes in. What's the hope? You hand off to Delvin Cook.
If we drafted Jamie Newman, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think Jake Browning would beat him out as a second string, and Newman would be on the practice squad.
You're a goddamn moron, just like your own man.
Ah, damn it! I got one more. I don't know if you got another one.
I got one more.
What do you got?
They call him the librarian. They call him Ian Book. You talk about a guy with poor mechanics. Ian Book is a definition of poor mechanics. But
you can run though.
Well, yeah, that's what I like about him. You're looking for a guy who can come in, give you a spark off the bench late in the game. This guy lives by just freaking going off the cuff. Play breaks down, no protection. He's scrambling for his life. He excels when he's in that situation, scrambling around, trying to find an open receiver. That's where he is at his best. Looking for a drop back passer. Don't look at Ian Book. But you want a guy who can come in late in the game. The defense is trying to, you're focused on Kirk Cousins all game long. He gets hurt, and also you got to deal with Ian Book. I like that. I know. I like that. Just it's a complete change. A guy who can run, a guy who can scramble. That's what I mean. I think it gives you that spark that can maybe get you a win in a situation where you look like all is lost.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have a big arm.
No.
He's just kind of this, I wouldn't say gadget quarterback, but he did very well at Notre Dame, but he is not a starter in the NFL. He is a backup type of guy where it's a career backup at best.
Oh, yeah.
I do love Ian Book. Don't get me wrong.
He's the next Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh, gross. I would like to draft him and maybe be like our punt returner and maybe play quarterback every once in a while. But he's probably gonna be what, round 6, round 7, undrafted.
If he's drafted. Yeah, if he's drafted.
Yeah, I like those. I like those gritty quarterbacks, and that is absolutely what he is. My last guy is Felipe Franks.
I thought it might be
from Arkansas. This guy was heavily coveted out of high school. Clemson, Alabama, LSU. No, wanted him. He's not just a project. He's a huge project. He's 6'6", 228. The good thing about him is he has the size. He was at Florida for a couple of years, started 24 games, had that nasty leg injury where Kyle Trask just went and snapped that job away from him. And he said, I am out of here. I'm going to Arkansas.
Damn you, Kyle.
But he's got the big frame. He's got the good arm. Unfortunately, he has accuracy issues. I think it was Franks that I saw that was compared to Josh Freeman, which as Vikings fans makes us shit our pants. But here's the overall theme with Franks. Everybody at Florida, at Arkansas, it seems like everybody's just waiting for him to develop, like bring it all together. And he has not done that. Some team, Vikings don't appear as of now to have that quarterback guru, but if somebody can actually get him to put it together, it's intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, I look at Felipe Franks the same area. I look at Ian Book. It's round 6 to undrafted. I think that's where he comes off the board, and I look at him the same way. So you got some upside there, things to work with. That if we take him any earlier than that, I would be sick to my stomach. So I'm not gonna lie about that.
He had, I think it was his sophomore year at Florida. He had a pretty damn good year. I mean, he looked good. 24 touchdowns, 9 picks.
I feel like his Senior Bowl wasn't horrible, right? I mean, honestly, if you're looking at Felipe Franks and Jamie Newman from their Senior Bowl performances, I believe Felipe Franks wins that every time.
Yeah, I mean, Jamie Newman. Whenever I think of the Senior Bowl, the only thing I can think of is how bad Jamie Newman did.
Well, Deontay Brown was pretty bad that game too. He was a guard.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit.
Hey, maybe Jamie Newman didn't either.
All right, those are our quarterbacks as far as the late round guys that we'll be looking at. Again, if you got one that's on your mind, hit us up in the comments. Remember, subscribe, like the videos, 3,000 subs. Woo!
You just got really mature there for a second.
I was trying to swallow a burp.
And you know what? One Bar's birthday is coming up, so I hope to see a lot of happy birthdays in the comments.
Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
This
is going to be awkward. If there's not any, it's going to be a little bit awkward.
No, there'll be at least one. I guarantee you.
Come on, SSM, hit me up.
If not, I'll make up some of my own accounts and just wish you happy birthday.
Appreciate that. That's what.
All right. Here's a fact. If you're a penguin, and you're laying on the beach, you gotta be careful because seals will come up and have sex with you.